One sec, guys. Just getting started. All right, all right, all right. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you're looking at this chart right now, right, just zoom out. We're keeping a very close eye on 556. This was the level I ended up hitting calls yesterday for the anticipation of this move happening. I ended up selling this move around the 554 level. And as you could tell, we ended up putting in a higher low and started going up. So we are back in our pocket, okay, between 556 and 558. This pocket right here, we've been finding a lot of support. We crack it, but once we hold above it, we're going straight to 562 every single time, right? 562. So let's see how we react to 556. If we end up rejecting 556, it's 3 points all the way back down to the 553 level. If we end up holding 556 as support, I'm going to wait to the higher level to become a support to end up hitting calls to 562. If you look at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, this is day 5 of we're putting in fresh lows, but we're still opening in this exact same area. Okay, so the biggest level to be watching right now is going to be 556. This level, I'm going to make this nice and red. Make this level pop out. This is the biggest level to be watching right now, 556. Look at all the wicks of support that we have here on the 30-minute time frame. Remember, this is the 30-minute time frame, which means it can wick all the way down to 554.50 before seeing a bounce, before seeing the candle close above 556. I'm going to be watching the micro time frames of 1 minute, 5 minute at the 556 level. If we get support here, I may even hit calls for 2 points up to 558. I'm going to wait and see how that goes. But today, make or break a level. 557.84, pretty much 558, and then 556 to the upside. Again, if we hold 558 as a support, it's an empty pocket straight to 562. To the downside, we reject 556. We're going to 553.71, and then 552, and then 550. So everything looks like it's pretty green at the moment. Bitcoin looks like the dip got a little bit bought. Yeah. This is exactly what we're waiting for, okay? Is the 556 level. So I'm waiting for the 556 level to hit, and that's a good level to be watching to go long. All right, let's get it, let's get it. 3 minutes till market open, guys. Just remember, always zoom out. Once you zoom out, you can find massive support at the 556 level, right? Right underneath that, we got massive support around the 554 level, 553, mid 553 levels. If we lose 554, we're most likely just going to drop all the way to 552 and then take out the lows. As of right now, this move is bullish in the after hours and the pre-market. The best level to be watching at is going to be 556. You want to see a nice support here, right? Because the next level, 558, if we hold this support, empty pocket to 562. Don't get too bullish right now. Don't get too bearish right now. We need to be trading the best setups at the best prices. And it's honestly going to be at 558 is going to be a good put, or a potential, if we end up holding its support, calls are going to explode, right? We have the levels to be watching. I'm more interested in the 554.50s level. Let's see how we react there. But 556, if we end up making a nice support here, a nice bounce here, damn right I'm getting calls up 2 points. But again, we've been opening over the last 5 days. We're opening in the same freaking range, right? Yes, it's on a sloping. We do have a sloping resistance in play right now. We broke out a sloping support yesterday. Ended up getting that knife down to 550 as expected. And we got a nice bump, right? 550 is a massive psychological level. We had a huge bounce off that level. And Let's see how this ends up going. Just looking at other stocks right now. What's Amazon doing? Amazon just looks just like SPY. They're probably all gonna have very, very similar chart setups, to be honest. So we're just waiting. We are bearish. We are waiting. Oh my, PLTR looks like a nice head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, to be honest. Has potential. PLTR has potential to hit $90 today. Oh shit, Netflix looks horrible. Okay, we got 20 seconds. Let's keep an eye on SPY, right? We master one ticker, and that's how we do it. Good morning, KYP. What's going on? All right, so 556 is the make it or break it level for the S&P 500 right now. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get it. We have to pick and choose our trades carefully, right? Yesterday, I ended up pegging calls, like beautiful calls. As soon as we had a bullish 30-minute confirmation, as soon as we ended up breaking the high of this candle, ended up getting calls. Beautiful trade. Yesterday, we ended up getting puts at the exact high of the day. And yeah, so you also got to keep in mind, everything is bearish right now, right? So you got to, ideally, you want to short and continue shorting until we're proven wrong. So even though I am bullish above this level, like this will make me bullish, we got to stick with the trend, because it doesn't matter what you think, doesn't matter who you know, doesn't matter who you spoke to, you got to play the chart. And right now, every pop is getting shorted. We have an extremely bearish 30-minute previous confirmation candle. So right now, honestly, doesn't look too bad of a short. Right, a 556 put right now, bringing the money. I'm not going to take it, and my price target is going to be around the as soon as we break 555. Bulls are wanting, right? Bulls are wanting 556 support. They want the previous support, previous support, previous support. They want this level to act as a support, because we're going to go right up to 558, 2 points up. Okay? And if we end up holding 558, look at all the next touch points we have, right? Right at the 562 level. This is the level that we're looking at. What do bears want? Bears want a nice rejection of 556, and then this is going to die to 553.71. Probably we got the 50 moving average in between this empty pocket. May see a bounce around the 554.70 level, but bulls want this level as support, right? Whether you're bullish or bearish, this is the level to be in at right now, 556. If you're bearish, you should be in puts right now, and if you're bullish, you're waiting for a confirmation of a floor here, and it's gonna boogie. Silver, what do I think about silver? It's like any long-term investment. Always treat precious metals as a long-term investing, right? 20-year hold. Don't think about it buying it, putting in 20 grand and trying to flip it in a month, right? Hypothetically speaking. Obviously, precious metals are proven over history, long-term holds. It's just like real estate. Treat it like real estate. Buy and hold it, not for a flip, in my opinion. Gotcha, bro. Because I bought a crap load of silver in 2020, a crap load. It took me what, 5 years to break even on it. Because the spot, it depends on the spot price, right? What you're buying it in at. I was uneducated and just bought, so definitely half my fault. But okay, so we're just watching this 556 level right now. We've got a nice 5-minute, 5-minute wick so far in the pre-market, and right now I'm just seeing if this holds. If we end up holding support right here, we're gonna rock it to 558. This is a level of a put right now. This is still a level to put. But I want to see where this 5-minute candle closes because currently it's holding 556 as a support. So we got the bullish thesis, the bearish thesis, and I'm just personally waiting for the best setup possible. So I'm going to let this chart develop a little bit, right? 558 is a good level for puts. Look at the after hours in the pre-market. It was a resistance. 556 was a resistance all since when? Since last night, right? A roof. We came back down. We tested this as a support, got a big bounce. This should be on track if we hold. The candle's not done yet. To 558, but I do have 557 puts on my screen, same days, ready to go. If that, then this, right? I do want to be bullish here. The chart has shown us that to short the rip, so my broker, I'm allowed to have puts and calls at the same time, so just to keep that in mind. We are in an uptrend. The micro is bullish, micro bullish, right? As in from yesterday's lows, we are currently bullish at the moment. Macro, obviously, we're still bearish. And this is the level that we want, the previous resistance, right? 557.84 is what we're keeping an eye on. We do have confirmation of 556 support, which is bullish. But remember, we're in the day and age right now, the stock market, where shorting the rip has been working. Obviously, you don't just press buy. You buy at big levels, like 558 is a big level. If you wanted to try puts there, I guess it is a good level. But right now, the 30-minute time frame, we have an extremely bullish 30-minute candle at the moment. We saw that happen yesterday, and we died right after. You see yesterday, we dropped 4 points. Then we ripped up 4 points and just died, right? Usually a bullish candle like this, an engulfing 30-minute candle, the move should continue. Just like this candle, this bearish, massive bearish candle, the move should continue, and it didn't work. We're approaching our key level, previous resistance, look left, previous resistance, look left, previous support, previous resistance, we die, right? You see here, we die. We hold its support, we rip. This is why this channel that we're in right now, right, between the 556 and 558 is so big. Because if we reject 558, we know where we're going, right? We hold its support, we know we're going to 562. There's some big trades happening exactly at this level. The same move to the upsides, the same move to the downside at this level. You don't want to be betting against this 30-minute candle, to be honest. It's extremely bullish right now. Big pump, baby. Let's go, Bulls. What's my VIX doing? What's my VIX doing? Good. VIX is doing good. So first reaction, this level should be a put right now, 558 puts. I don't know how big the play is going to be because this candle's so bullish. So when you're uncertain and you're not that confident, just don't take the trade. But ideally, we've seen big rejections from this exact level at the 558 level. Yes, let me find out right now. Forexfactory.com, free news website. We do have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. and inflation expectations at 10 a.m. So thank you, Ahmed, for that. Appreciate that, bro. So 20 minutes, we do have news. Let's this thing do what it has to do. Again, keep an eye before you're taking a trade. Always look at the 30-minute time frame, right? When you see such a bullish engulfing candle like this, it's very rare. It could work today because the VIX is elevated and anything can happen. You really don't want to be betting against something this bullish, right? You don't want to be betting against a 2-point move, a 2-point 30-minute candle at opening. But then again, this is a level of resistance to overshoot. All we got to do is look at yesterday. This is where we shorted yesterday, the exact high of the day yesterday. We are approaching that high, right? Where we ended up getting puts at the high of day. And if you just keep looking left, right? We hold this level as a support. We go to 562. We reject this level. We go all the way to 552. It's a big moves happen at this level. I'm just personally not interested in it at the moment. The 30-minute is looking too bullish for me to buy puts at this level, so I'm just going to chill and wait. So far, we're getting a double rejection from this 558 level. Let's wait to see. The micro from the pre-market is bullish right now, right? The 30-minute time frame is bullish, but this is the make it or break it level here. And ideally, any other time I would be slapping puts right now. I actually do have 558 puts on my screen. I just don't want to get faked out, so I'm just going to chill here. But this is a macro level, so if you were going to take a trade, this is a big level to be watching right now. This was the previous gap that we had on SPY, 557.84. And we came down to fill this gap. We had a tiny gap close reversal, and then we ended up having a gap and go. But ideally, I'm just being a little sis right now. Ideally, this is a great level for puts. Just a 30-minute time frame. It's a little bit bullish for me. I'm just deciding to sit out. Remember, just because you're a day trader does not mean you have to trade every day and trade every trade. If you don't feel confident about something, don't take it. But a lot of retail, a lot of people are buying puts right now, like at this level. This is a massive level right here. It's kind of why I'm sitting out, because it seems too obvious. But so far, double rejection from our key level. So we should see some downside. But this is the reason why I don't really care for puts right now. Look where our next key level is, 556, right? Look what's already a support, 556. So I don't want to, if this is an empty pocket, I don't want to be getting puts because I don't have a price target. If we didn't end up touching 556, I would have got puts. But the fact that we've already tested it as a support, buying the next level, even though this is a put level, I don't have a price target to sell it because yes, it could come in double bottom here. Yes, it could make a new low. It's all about the risk to reward, right? So ideally, I would have hit puts here, but the 30 minutes bullish, our lower key level is bullish. That's why I'm sitting out of puts. And remember, we trade confirmation, right? We don't got a top tick. We don't got a bottom tick, nothing. Let this go up higher. 558.80s, I'll take a put. just for an overreaction of our key level until it's tested support. That's it. But right now I do have 558 puts on my screen. Get ready to go. I'm looking for a nice overreaction trade setup. Again, if we hold 557.84 as a support, come back down to retest it, and we get a nice bounce, make a new high of day, it's avoid puts. We are at resistance on the 30-minute time frame. We're at the 100 moving average. We could pop up to the 200 EMA and get a rejection, which is around the 560 level. I'm changing my strike to 559 same days, 559. I'm getting in. I want this to go a little bit higher. So far, it's almost gone up a full $1, guys, since our original buy-in where we should have, or where a lot of people were at our key level. We knew not to. And I'm looking to take this trade back to where the key level is, where everyone was buying puts at, right? When they're finally break even, we're going to be up a full $1. Let this go up a little higher. We're approaching our next level right now at the 558.87. I'm buying puts right now. This is not for small accounts, cash accounts. And if you do take this trade, it's a little bit higher risk. It's an overreaction trade to 557.84. That's the reason why I'm taking this trade. I want a little higher. And if we end up holding this level as a support, that's it. So I'm not waiting for confirmation on this trade. I just bought right now 559 puts, 0 days till expiry. My price target is going to be 557.84. This red dotted line was a previous close. It was a gap left on SPY. We were rejecting off here yesterday, right? We used it as support the day before. I'm just taking my risk to reward scalp right here. And I ended up getting it at $2.61. Shitty fill. Come on, give us that one and done trade, baby. Light work. We should go to 587.84 and break 558, ideally. But remember, the 30-minute candle, the reason why I said this is not for small accounts, cash accounts, because the 30-minute time frame is bullish as hell. We're just at big resistance. And a lot of people were buying here. So once they're break even, this is where we sell for a bag. And this is a macro level. It could take a little bit for this trade to play out. I don't recommend same days, to be honest, but I'm just I'm trying to get in and get the hell out. But this is resistance, right? This is yesterday's resistance. This is where we died. If we end up holding this as support, it's an empty pocket to 562. Everything is bullish, right? But we're at a potential U-turn level, right? The micro is very bullish, like from yesterday's lows, but this is a macro U-turn level. So when you're trading a macro U-turn level, you need to give it time, right? I'm only in same days right now because I thought the VIX is elevated and we get big moves. So I just want to make a bag and get the hell out. Just patience. This is still our level. It's able to go up, right? It's able to go up a little bit. Patience. I'm going to wait to add. And again, if we end up just holding this as support, I'm just going to cut first tiny loss. I'm just watching yesterday's high. We just broke it. Remember, macro U-turn level. Until we hold this level as a support, right? This is a good entry right now for puts. But we're waiting. You got to learn to wait for the confirmation. I did not wait for confirmation. And I just doubled down right now, $2.42. That's my last add. Now I'm managing this very carefully. I got in at 261, first one, and then 242, second to buy in. And guess what? If we end up holding 558.87 as a support, this is when this is the trade that we're wrong once, right? Once we come back down and test 558.87, this is your wrong once trade. Because if we end up holding support here, we just cut the puts and we swap directions. But for right here, this move is allowed to happen. It is allowed to overextend past this move. We did take out yesterday's highs. Doesn't mean shit though. And we broke out a massive resistance level from 557.84 without retesting. SPY does not have to retest, but we are at 2 U-turn levels, right? And it didn't retest on the 5-minute time frame that I trade. This is the reason why I feel like we're gonna break 558. And we are at the 200 EMA on the 30-minute time frame as well. At 559.6, at 560. Remember, when you're trading a macro time frame, you're supposed to be using macro contracts. If you're trading futures or 0 days, you need to be using stop losses. Don't hold, right? Because the move could not happen. Always have a good risk to reward. And this is a very good U-turn level. But look at this 30-minute candle, right? We knew not to buy puts at 557.84. Then it hit our next level. And then I'm like, okay, this is going to be a nice scalp for an overreaction trade because SPY doesn't usually do this. And it retests, right? So even though I wanted to test 557.84, if it tests 558 and bounces, or 558.87 and bounces, that's just a quick get the hell out. But 558.50 is probably when I'll take first profit potentially. We do have news. This is a macro U-turn level. If you just look left and zoom out, previous resistance, previous support. Let's go, baby. Dump for us. We could hold here support. Be very careful, but ideally we should drop to 557.84. And we want to keep an eye that we're not holding this level as a support. We do know that SPY has been overshooting key levels, right? By a lot. This is the reason why I didn't buy puts here where everyone was. And historically speaking, this is a good level to buy puts at, but we knew to hold off, right? And we waited for our next level. You see how it even overextended through the next level? And this is the reason why. I'm flipping green on this trade, but I'm looking for a bigger move, to be honest. Again, if we end up holding 557 or 558.87 as a support, we're going to rock it to 560. So I'm just waiting to see how strong this level is. This is why you need macro contracts, trading a macro key level. Same days ideally are not the best, or futures trading are not the best to be buying this level at, because this could easily go all the way to 560. My first price profit target is 558.45. Excuse me. extremely bullish 30-minute candle. Okay, we got news coming in 6 minutes. You guys have to be very, very careful here. And if you're not in anything, 560. 560, that's the 200 EMA on the 30-minute time frame, right? We are holding this level as a support right now. I'm not trusting it, to be honest, but I don't. Who cares what I think, right? Ideally, we're going to see SPY drop to sub 557. The way all the time frames are looking right now. $558.22. Remember, we got news in 5 minutes. Have some hard stops on if you're in puts. My moving averages, again, I know I say this a lot, I don't buy at them, I sell at them. So that's why this is my first price target for puts. Even though I know it's gonna go down to 557.84, and this is a big overreaction to the upside. And we broke through a massive level without retesting it. I know it's coming down here, but I'm just gonna be selling this move regardless. We get one more break under this level, I'm going to have a lot more confidence in puts. Remember, you're supposed to wait for confirmation. The VIX is so elevated. I just bought same days and didn't wait for confirmation because the drop, usually it just dumps, right? So that's what I'm anticipating right now. And I'm still in my strike, right? I bought 559 puts for this reason. Remember, this is our top key level, right? Top key level. This is the reason why we're in puts right now. This is a U-turn level on the macro, right? You need safe contracts. This green line is where I'm selling my puts. My break even is pretty much at the key level, to be honest. And ideally, I would have been adding into this, adding a little bit more, but we do got news, and just in case effery happened. And there you go, green baby, let's go. Pay me, 558.28. In the money's even better. If we could crack 558 right now and go to our spot we're supposed to. Beautiful. BEA. Beautiful. Dump. Straight to 557.84. Go. This is where, if you're in puts, we're approaching areas where a bounce could happen at any point here, right? There you go. I'm green as fuck now. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Go to our level. First price target, 558.21. We could bounce anywhere here and end up holding this level as a support. So keep profit stops on from now. Don't let this go to a new high of day. If we go to a new high of day, you're going to get clapped. I bought in at 242 and 261. And I'm green right here. I'm looking for a bigger move. I want my level to hit. We're right now just approaching confirmation. So you see how we got in early? But we need this to dump very quickly because news is coming and we could rip to a new high of day. So have profit stops on and ready to go. We have news, guys. News in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Make sure that you have a profit stop or a stop loss on if you are in puts right now, because if news comes bullish, it's just going to flip up. But if the news comes in bad, we're going to 556. There you go. Boom, baby. First price target hit. This is where you should be taking a little bit of profit, even though we are going to 557.84. Hit our level. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Give me $3 on this contract. Yo, we got news. We got news in 30 seconds. We got news in 30 seconds. You want to leave runners? Leave some runners. It's a good level to start trimming your puts. Give us that one more drop. Quick little drop. Quick, 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 quick. Remember, we could hold this support and rock it. We do have news coming in 4, 3, 2. I got market sell ready to go. 1. Yes, let's go, baby. Sold. Woo! Just like that. Best trade of the fucking day. Holy shit, baby. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how you do it. Oh my God. Life's good, man. Life's good. Life's great. Life's great. Oh, yeah. Now look at the 30-minute time frame. The same fucking thing as yesterday. Look at the same bullish ass candle. Look at how it closed. Oh my lord. Again, above 556. SPY is bullish above 556. Keep that in mind. Yo, that's it, baby. That's my one and done trade. We're bullish above 556. So first reaction, the market's digesting it right now. We have potential right now to rock at the 560. Previous 30-minute candle is bullish. Keep in mind, but we just broke structure to the downside on the 30-minute time frame. Right here, ideally we should hit 560 if we end up flipping this 30-minute candle flips green. Bagel season, baby. Remember, we were just trading. We broke out of. Let's look again on the 5-minute. Let's recap this trade. All right. So 557.84. You scroll out. You look at the previous resistance. Right. We had resistance here. Look at this candle. Keep looking left. Right. We held this support. We held it support. When we hold it support in the 5-minute time frame, we go to 562. Right. Now look at here. Once we reject this level, where do we go? 554, right? Just follow this level across. So we broke above this level. This is where everyone was loading puts. We waited to the top level, right? The top level to hit puts. Yesterday's resistance. Keep looking left. We hold this shit as support. Look where we go, 562. Follow this red dotted line. We hold it support. We get a pump, right? We end up rejecting this. Look at the downside potential of this level. Okay, this used to be a previous closing price. We reject it, look where we go. We reject it, look where we go. And we know SPY has been overshooting key levels. That's why I held my conviction in that trade. And it worked out. It worked out beautifully. Obviously, news played a big part in that. Don't get it twisted. Ideally, we should have just took puts to 557.84, but sometimes you just position yourself to get lucky, right? That's it. It's not gambling. We bought the best level. We broke out of the best level and hit the top level, which was the best level, and we still overshot that. And news gave us a big dub with that. Almost made $1 in those contracts. Amazing. Good job, Tong. Good job, guys. Jack, that's how you play it safe. That's how you play it safe, Jack. You have to sell before the news. You have to. I just had my market ready to go. That's why you need a broker. You need a good broker, guys. You need a good broker. Now, if we get above 558.87, which used to be a previous closing price, a gap on SPY, it's most likely an empty pocket straight to 562. So this bounce so far is pretty bullish, to be honest. Let's see how it ends. I want calls at 560 support. I want extra confirmation we're bullish. There's been a lot of fake outs lately, overshooting multiple key levels by $1, right? So I'm going to wait for 560. I don't even have it on my chart. I'm going to add it to my chart now. 560 is a massive psychological level. We ended up bouncing $10 from the lows of yesterday, 550, that psychological level. Now we're approaching the next one. I want this to be bullish, this to form support for me to be confident in calls. And then that's 2 points straight up to 562. And ideally, this could be another put level. This is the break and retest. So, yeah, Steve, this is potentially a good level. I just don't like that floor at 556 support. But yeah, this is the basic break, retest, drop, technically. But we're holding 1 key level as support, 2 key levels as support. I'm just gonna sit out, to be honest. Remember, you need to be very, 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 very careful, right? When the VIX is this elevated, you're going to be getting massive directional moves on the fly. You're going to be in something like this is why it's very scary to be in same days, right? Remember what I preach. The more capital you have is the less risk you have to take. So when you're buying, think about options contracts as an hourglass, right? The closer they are to expiry, the sand comes out very, very fast, like pouring water. The safer you buy out, the further out distance you go with your contracts, the slower the sand comes out, right? So that's how you need to think of options contracts. And if there's contracts that are cheap, 90% of the time they're cheap for a reason. 10% of the time you're going to make a stupid bag, right? And it's always about your risk to reward for these trades. Risk to reward at all times. Always remember that. And now if we get a rejection of 550, fuck, we have it right now, to be honest. I don't like it enough. SPY could die today, to be honest, if depending on how bad that news was. Let me check Meet Kevin. That's my go-to. He always simplifies the news and news for me. Guys, I got 558 puts on my screen. Sorry, I'm just looking at this trade. 558 same days. I'm going to scalp this. We have a bearish rejection. I just bought in 558 same day puts right now. I'm just playing the bearish confirmation, right? We have a rejection of 1, 2 key levels. We should drop sub 556 right now, ideally. And we're just playing the confirmation, right? That's it. My price target is 556.60 to potentially a new low of day from here, if the news is that bearish. And we could come back up and retest 558, right? But the way my EMA lines are set up right now, I think we drop right now. Stupid, bro. I just made 20 cents on puts that quick. 500 bucks for 25 contracts, locking in the profit. Don't give a fuck what happens. Like that, baby, like that. You see how I'm just selling the move? I bought in here. I know we could put a new low of day in. I don't care. I just bought 25 contracts same days. Made 20 cents on them. 500 bucks. See you later, bud. Don't care what happens. Don't care what happens. That's what happens when you just wait for confirmation, right? But we're still above 556. This is why I'm just selling the move, because technically we have a double bounce. But look at the rejections from the overhead, right? We had 558.87 rejection. We had another key level, 557.84 rejection. As soon as this came back up, this is the reason why I got puts and just sold the move. But obviously these contracts probably went stupid right now. What are they at? Oh yeah, wild. Look at that shit. Holy fuck, these contracts are about to do $1 already. Ugh, should have held a little bit more. It's okay. If you're in puts, you took that last trade with me, I would be starting to scale out here, right? Because above 556, we are bullish, and you can leave runners in case we do get a death drop. No calls, no calls, no calls. Avoid calls. Avoid calls at all costs until we're back above 558. Once we're above 558, then you can start looking for calls. Right now, we're in no man's land right now. We have a double rejection from the top of the pocket. We have a double support at the bottom of the pocket. It can go either way here. But with this big of a rejection, I would just wait until we get 558, above 558 to get calls, personally, right? I don't know what your indicators are saying, blah, blah, blah. I don't use those. But from what my eyes just see right now, we have blatant rejections, and we should be putting a new low of day in. What's up, Toy Story? What's popping? Broker closed, guys. You gotta get in the mode of buying and just selling the move, right? Because once you're able to hit contracts with size, you just sell when you're happy. That's it. Just sell. Always sell when you're happy with the money. Who cares where it goes to? Holding hopes make you broke. And if you do want to hold for the big move, you should always be trimming around the way, right? And have profit stops on. Why would you want to buy puts at 559, right? And your price target is 553. Why would you want to catch this big of a move, go back up net neutral to finally get the drop to all the way down here, right? That's just how I think about it. Like, it's just stupidity. I would rather sell the move and look for a re-entry, sell the move, look for a re-entry, sell the move, instead of just holding for a big move to the downside with safe contracts. Screw that. If I see good money, why am I not going to click sell? The only thing guaranteed in the stock market is the current dollar amount you are green or red if you market sell. That's the only thing guaranteed, right? So when you're up money, that's the only time you're guaranteed to walk out profitable. So if you don't click sell when you are up money, there is a potential that you are going to flip red, and then you're going to end up adding to that position and make a green trade go extremely red. You want to avoid that. Buy and sell the move. I don't care how big your price target is. Like, oh, I want to play for the 529 gap. So don't hit with size, right? You can always leave runners. Leave a couple runners there. This is looking like another put, to be honest, right here to new low of day. I just don't like this pocket because technically we have a higher low in. So this could run up to make or we have a higher low in, and this could come up to make a lower high, potentially. You don't want to be buying puts down here. You want to be buying puts here. You want to be buying puts here. You want to be buying here. You don't want to be buying in empty pocket range. You don't want to be buying in this bullshit. Because if you buy puts here, this can still come up to 558 and then drop, right? So you don't want to be buying in here because you're going to have to dollar cost average. And guess what? What if we don't get the reversal and it keeps going up? You're going to get clapped, right? Get used to buying where you're supposed to buy, where you're supposed to buy, where you're supposed to buy. And if it doesn't hit that level, do not buy. That's it. If you miss your entry, if you miss buying here, don't buy in here, right? Because this is the best level for puts. This was the best level for puts. Look how much it overextended from 558.87. It overshot 80 cents, right? 80 cents here, it overshot. But guess what? Look where we ended up going. Okay? So I don't care what strategy, who your mentor is, what indicators you have. Get used to buying in at the stock that you are trading, the history of massive bounces and massive resistance levels, right? And then use all the other tools in your tool belt to help you manage the trade. But you should be buying in where the history of the stock has shown you for big levels of resistance or support. And then you make those levels on the macro time frame. After that, how do you find your entry? Me personally, I'm watching the 1 minute and 5 minute, mostly the 5 minute. And that's where I'm getting my entry, waiting for the confirmation. So I use macro key levels, and then I use the micro time frames to get my entry to capitalize on the move. and you want to steer away from chasing trades, right? You got to learn. You need the self-discipline. If you miss your entry, don't fucking chase it. It's just like in real life, right? The guys who chase women go broke. The guys who chase the chart, you're going to go broke. Don't learn, get the proper routine set up. You need to develop that discipline, right? You want to be buying in where you're supposed to be buying in. When you chasing means you don't have the correct entry and you're anticipating the move for a continuation of a move, but that's not guaranteed. Because yes, you could buy puts right here to a new low of day. Yes, it could work, but remember, this could easily make a lower high, right? And then what are you going to do? Add, and then you're finally right? It's not good practice. And you're going to realize the more you look at the chart, you're going to see a million trades and you're going to be right 80% of the time, right? Calling out a trade. Like, you'd be like, yeah, it's a good put right here. Yeah, I'm seeing weakness is a good put right here. It's not, though, because the best put was at 557.84 our key level and 558.87 our key level. This was a put play and this was a put play. In here, this is no man's land. Yes, it's probably going to put a new low of day in, but it's all about your risk to reward and your entry. You want to feel safe in a trade. You know that when you're in a trade and you're nervous and you have anxiety, you're like, shit, drop, or go up, and you're panicky. You're like, what do I do? You don't want to enter trades like that. You want to enter trades like, yo, I'm buying in at the best level possible. I am wrong once here. And if I'm wrong once, I swap sides and I get my L back. Get used to buying U-turn levels, right? Or continuations. A break, retest, buy to continue the move, to stay with the trend. So now if you look at the 556 level, right? Where everyone was getting bearish. Everyone are inputs and they're, guess what they're doing? They're anticipating a floor to break. That's the wrong way to trade. You got to trade what the chart tells you, right? Chart tells us 556 support, right? Come back down, 556 support, right? Come back down, 556 support. We're anticipating this to do what it's showing us to do, right? You don't want to anticipate floors and roofs breaking. You just want to play what the chart says. And look at 556 looks like to me, call me crazy, but 556 looks like a strong support at the moment, right? What's another entry for puts? A lot of people are going to think, yo, you're stupid. You're buying puts at the low of day. No, bro. Once this cracks 556 on the retest, I'm getting puts because we're going to 554. 2 points down. So I'm just going to wait for confirmation. I'm going to sell my puts at a known support, and my re-entry where I'm selling here, okay? My re-entry is still right here. The break and the retest. It's still the same trade, but I'm locking in my profit. I'm letting whatever happens happen, and on the retest, I'm buying in at the exact level I sold for the continuation of the move. But ideally, you want to be able to make your bag for the day and get the hell out. A lot of people want to sit on the computer all day and trade, right? You don't want to be trading all day. So you go broke. It happens to me. If I overtrade, I'll be big trade, small losing trade, another small losing trade, big losing trade, and you end up net neutral. My experience in this market being a day trader is, you secure your bag, one and done for the day. This trade right here, I made $500 USD on this one trade in 30 seconds. Boom. Ideally, you should just walk away after that. It's a lot of money. $500 is a lot of money, right? You don't need to a lot of people just try to get rich, man. They're over trading. Like, okay, I'm up. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more. Greed kills in this life, man. I'm telling you, it's happened to me multiple times. The more greedy I am in life is the more money I lose. That's why you can't be greedy. You take what God gives you. That's it. It's a blessing. You made money. Leave for the day. Obviously, if you're starting up and you're only making $20, $10 here, then go crazy, right? Practice. But if you're hitting anywhere between 10 contracts and up, you got to secure the bag, man, at all times. And now look at that bounce, right? Where you sold your puts, where you should have sold your puts at 556. If you didn't sell where you're supposed to sell, look at the bounce it just did, right? It almost did a dollar bounce. This is why we got to sell the move. Boom, get out where you know a bounce could happen, right? You sell your calls exactly where a bounce could happen. Look at, you should have sold your calls here if you were bullish, right? And this trade right here, you're like, okay, I'm good. Knife drop, right? You bought calls at the dip. It came all the way back up to 558. If you didn't sell right here, you got clapped, right? You got clapped. Buy or sell at a support and sell at resistance. You can always re-enter for the continuation of that move with confirmation of that level acting as a support or a resistance level. You don't want to be holding hopes. You don't want to be anticipating floors breaking, anticipating roofs breaking. It's bad thinking in trading. You always, and yes, sometimes, guess what? You're going to sell out of resistance and it's going to freaking overshoot it and continue. It's going to happen sometimes, right? But I'm telling you, out of 10 trades, you're going to be right. You're going to be right more than you're wrong if you just stick to buying in, right? Where you're supposed to and selling at resistances and selling at supports. Over 10 trades, you're going to be profitable. And this is something you can actually back test, right? The next 2 weeks, take one trade a day. Everyone in here can, I guarantee you guys all trade, you get more winning trades than losing trades, but your losing trades are more damage, right? You're losing more than you make. That's everyone's problem who's a beginner trader. You call way more winning trades than losing trades, but your losing trades end up eating up profit or taking all the profit away, right? Those 3 bad trades can take away from those 7 successful trades. And that's where the risk management comes in, right? That's where, if I'm entering a trade, I'm risking 25 cents on my contracts, right? That's it. Stay consistent. So, and give yourself room to double down. So obviously that 25 cents, for hypothetically speaking, for 10 contracts, it just means $250, right? So you can buy in with 3, double down with 3, and then add 4. You can do like buy-ins like that, but your stop loss is still $250, right? Keep it at $1 or a dollar amount. That's how I used to do my stop losses. I'm not saying hit a full-size position, risk 25 cents. No, dollar cost averaging is the way we go. I don't care what anyone says. It's very hard to time tops and to time bottoms. You always give yourself room to add, and every add is a double down. You need to bring your dollar cost average down. If you buy 5 contracts, don't add 2. You need to be adding 5. And if you're at 10, you need to be adding 10. You don't add 1 here, 2 here. You got to bring your average cost down with you. A lot of people will hit big size and just add 1 here, add 2 here, add 3 here. It's doing shit to your average cost. 557.80. No. Look beneath of Steve. Look beneath of you, right? Look at 556. It's a floor, right? So SPY's on track to potentially make a lower high. You got to think about your risk to reward, right? And your risk to reward right now is we have a floor, a nice strong support floor. Why you want to hit puts when you already know the lower level is a floor, right? Just because something is the best level and a good level to trade at, you always look beneath of it or you always look above it. Because just because we're at, oh shit, 558, this is our level again, but look at 556, strong support. So ideally, how I'm seeing this chart is we're most likely going to put in a high or lower high or a higher high, potentially, right? Anything could happen. VIX is elevated, so nothing's been following suit lately, to be honest, but ideally, I think we go to 559 to 560. But again, who cares what I think? If we break 556, I'm in puts. Do not care. If I get a resistance of 556, right? The break, I'm buying the retest of 556. Yes, I'll be buying puts at the low of day. And for calls, 560. Yes, I will be buying calls at the high of day. But I'm also playing the confirmation for the continuation of the move in both directions. Yo, am I talking too much today, guys? I apologize. I go on rants. ADHD at its finest, guys. Remember that when the VIX is this elevated, guys, the big moves are gonna happen. Just make sure you're like I told you, don't like avoid puts because we have a floor. Anything could happen, ideally, right? But we're most likely coming back up to five. We're either putting in a new high of day or a lower high of day. Just the way the chart is set up right now. We have a strong floor at the pre-market and after hours resistance, right? At our key level, a straight floor. So we should be able to get a pop. When will I get bearish? If we come up, we make a lower high here, and we start dropping again back under 558, and then I'll get the 558 puts because it'll show weakness. Because when something cannot break up, it breaks down. Something can't break down, it breaks up, right? And as of right now, we can't break down, so we're breaking up. Look at the wicks of support. Boom, boom, boom. Strong floor of 556. And it's a strong floor until it's not. But you don't want to be getting puts right now because where are you going to sell it? At support? How do you know we're going to come back down here? This looks like a bounce, takeoff rocket to me, ideally. Exactly, Salo. I know. And that's the thing. Once you understand that, just sell at the next support or the next resistance, and you could always re-enter, right? And sometimes you're going to sell and it's in a knife or it's going to rip right through it and you would have made a lot of money, right? But I'm telling you, majority of the times you're going to see you're going to see you sold at the bottom, right? That's what I'm known. I usually sell bottom to, like I'm selling the move at all times because I'm always selling a where a bounce could happen, especially with my moving averages, right? Some of them get big bounces and big rejections, like the 50 moving average and the 200 EMA. We get big moves happen at those. That's why I'm not stupid. Even though I have a key level, I'm still selling at them, right? At all times. I'm always selling at. And you're always buying contracts, right? That you see, right? The dollar amount you see is the contracts you buy. Because once they go in the money, they start moving like a freaking F1 car. If you buy 556 puts down here, and this drops $1, they're not going to do too much until they're in the money, and then they're going to start going. But the 558 puts, they're already a Formula F1 car ripping already, and the lower it keeps going, it's just going to go faster and faster and faster. Like these puts that I was in right here, this ended up being almost $1 put. The puts went almost a full dollar. close to it, right? From just buying in right here, because you buy 558 puts and you're just selling the move. But if you would have bought 556 puts here, the 558 moved way quicker. But yeah, so we're anticipating a higher low right now. Or, a lower high. But this is resistance, right? So just keep an eye on it. If you're in calls, you're supposed to be selling here, leaving runners to the lower high. And you can always re-enter calls. If you got calls of 556, you already just made almost 2 points on these. This is where you sell. We're going to break through this on the retest of 558. That's when you can re-enter it to make the higher high or the higher low. Hey, Nessa, hope everything's well with you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just, yeah, that's it. I'll stop talking now. When I was a kid in school, I always struggled with school. I always struggled with learning, right? So the way I try to teach is how someone who has a brain like me can take in the information. I know a lot of you guys are very smart, but I just teach the way how I had to learn. That's why I try to explain the way I do. But trading, like coming down to it, trading it's all ends up being psychological. Like I could teach you everything I know in 2 to 3 weeks, literally everything I know, right? But it all comes down to you with your stop losses and being disciplined and your account size. Because a trade that I can make $500 on in 20 seconds, you may only make $10 or $20, right? But that's why I hate when people like flaunt how much they made in a trade, right? Because it's unrealistic, because we all have different account sizes. So just because I can make 20 grand in a day doesn't mean you can. That's what I like to do from contracts. Like if you would have bought one contract in the trade that we're in, won a full dollar, right? You would have made $100 on that trade. If you would have bought 5 contracts and it went up $1, you would have made $500. That's how I try to like explain it, because it's unrealistic unless you're hitting 100 contracts. It's everything. All these numbers are unrealistic to everyone. But 25 contracts is very doable for a lot of people, right? But it all comes down to buying, selling the move at all times. The micro wins. Win over the macro. I'm telling you. Last year I wasn't even able to trade for 4 months and still had a multi-6-figure year, right? With my big account. Still. It's all about consistency, right? The small wins. I'm telling you, the small wins, the $100 here, and everything keeps compounding. And then you're going to go from 1 contract to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, right? 8 to 20. But your account has to be there. If you have under 25K, I don't want no one touching 10 contracts. It's just a rule of thumb. If you have $2,000 and you're hitting 100, or you're hitting 10, 20 contracts same days, cheap contracts, you're just going to blow up. Compound the account. Make it nice and slow, right? It's a slow process. I guarantee you, if you stick to the micro wins and selling the move at all times, just like how I do, I'm always selling early. Give 12 months. I'm telling you, give yourself 12 months. It's going to be life-changing. I was a guy that had 30 grand and I was trading freaking 50, 100 contracts. And yeah, I made a shit ton of money sometimes and got extremely lucky, right? But more times than not, I was wrong. And then you just start taking massive losses and seeing your account just diminish. Stick within the range. Like you guys are lucky. In Canada, we have no PDT rule. So I can continue to trade. If you have $1,000, you could take 1,000 trades in a day if you wanted to, right? Cash accounts, those things are perfect for you guys because it only lets you wait for the best setup. And you're either right or you're wrong. And then you keep your stop losses small and you move on to the next day. You're not going to you're not going to catch a losing trade 5 days a week, right? Cash accounts will save you. I know it sounds shitty to a lot of you guys, right? But I'm telling you, it's going to save you because if you If you once you're above that PDT rule and you can take 1,000,000 trades, that's how people go broke. More people lose money being having above 25K because they're able to trade a lot than cash accounts. Cash accounts, that's why you should be trading if you want. If you don't have a lot of capital, you have a small cash account, and you could be trading like Top Step or something, futures at the same time. So you're still able to trade. You can try to make some money in that funded route, and you still have your foundation, your cash account that you just compound and compound and compound. Wait for the best setup. Am I right or wrong? Okay, I'm wrong. That's it. Next day. Treat your small accounts like they're big accounts because they're eventually going to be big accounts. You got to trade your small account like it's $1 million because one day it could be $1 million and you don't want to have to reteach yourself how to manage position sizing. Okay, so right now we're approximately looking for a lower high at the moment to a higher high. My first price target right now is 560, but this is resistance right here. Right here is our resistance. We already died once from this level or twice from this level. 1, 2. This is the third touch point. So we have 2 rejections from this level, and we have 3 supports at the bottom of the channel. We need to break above this level and hold support, and we will go to 560. But bears are obviously loading up again right here. So technically, this is a good level for puts. Technically, it's a good level for puts. It's the best level for puts in this range, technically. And I wouldn't hold it past 558, to be honest, just in case. But remember, risk to reward, risk to reward. We just want to hit the best trades. Yeah, pretty much, Steve. Remember, keep an eye on that 30-minute time frame. I haven't even looked at it in a while. If we break the high of the previous 30-minute candle, it's going to be a break of structure. So that's going to be confirmation that we go higher. The chart's screaming 560 to me. The 200 EMA is right here, right? And if you guys know the 200 EMA, you've been with me for a while. At each time frame, it ends up being a bigger move, right? So it's right at 560. So if we break out here, we're most likely going to touch 560, and this is a level where a big rejection could happen. Just like 550 from yesterday. 550 from yesterday almost did a 10-point rip. I'm not liking these 3 rejection wicks on the 30-minute time frame right now. It's very important for us to break above 559 again. For the Bulls, sorry. For the Bulls. For the Bears, you want the top to be in. Bears are very concerned for the 560 level. A lot of people are going to, if we get up here, a lot of people are going to be attacking this. And you want to see some strength come, right? You want to see the dip being bought. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's just moving a little too slow for me. Because when it was bearish, man, we just got dropped. Big drop. And now you see the slow grind up. It's a little worrying for bulls, to be honest. A little worrying. $30 looking very strong right now. But we are in the lower high. We are in the lower high level right now for puts. A lot of people are going to be attacking this. A lot of retail traders are going to be attacking this lower high right now because this is a resistance, right? Our key level 558.87, previous gap that we had on SPY. But 560, man, 560 looks like it could be up. We could get a big reversal there. The reason why I'm saying that is because the 200 EMA is right there on the 30-minute time frame. So, but this is definitely lower high territory. We get back beneath a 557.84, we're probably going to take out the lows. But remember, if you are bearish and you're getting puts, where do you sell? 556, and you can always re-enter 556 puts. Sell at support. See the drops, how fast they happen? The drops are just boom, right? Now look at the freaking bounce. Look how long it takes for us to freaking bounce. Which is usually an indication of weakness, to be honest. Remember, it's not just key levels that we're watching. We're also watching the speed, how it gets to a level. That plays a very important part. How does it get to the key level? How does it get to the best area? Speed is a determination too, right? And that's just some things you just learn. You're watching the speed to it. If we're slow grinding to a key level, it's most likely going to be a put here, right? If we bounce and came up immediately like we did right here, bounce came up immediately, dropped, right? And right now what I can do is I always put these on. We got a nice sloping support level right here, right, to keep an eye on. Okay, and then we also have a sloping resistance. Never mind. This is the lower high category we're watching. Lower high, higher high, with the 560 level, 200 EMA on the 30-minute time frame. I'm not saying to do puts there. I'm just saying if I was in calls, I would try to be out of my calls by then. And you can always re-enter 560 support. Think about your risk to reward at all times. YouTube, I'm going to be making a free trial, a week free trial. If you guys would like to come check us out, you guys can use that. I'm going to be dropping that probably at the end of the day today. And yeah, so you guys could live stream with us every day if you would like to. See how you like it. We do have a package, right, for a year subscription. We're doing $199 year subscription, so for the live streams. And then yeah, it's pretty much it. I'm not going to be going live on YouTube too much longer, but if you would like to be a part of us, guys, just keep an eye out for this weekend. It will be posted in my next video. Give you guys a full week trial. If you're interested, take it. Zero risk. And it ends up being $1 a day, the Discord. It's not a lot of money, guys. So if you'd like to be part of us, that's it. So let's look. Right now, we got that lower high. I'm just going to be keeping an eye on 560. I have an alert set for 560 and alert set for 556 again. Once we get back beneath a 558, you could be looking for a put back to 556, but remember, it's already a floor. I just don't like this price action at the moment. It's moving to the upside. It's moving pretty slow. I don't trust it. I was anticipating a lot faster actions, to be honest. But for right now, guys, I'm going to get going for the day. Hope you guys all made some money, and we'll be back at it Monday morning. So keep an eye out for my YouTube video this weekend. I'm going to be dropping it tomorrow. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to help my algorithm out. I would appreciate it. And that's it, guys. So I'll see everyone in this weekend's video. Thank you guys for being here, and take care, guys.